All right, thank you for joining today. We're going to show a quick demonstration of Specifi Quote. So I'm here at our sign-in page. So when you sign up for Specifi, you'll receive a username and password to access the platform. So I'm going to go ahead and get signed in here. And Specifi Quote is part of an entire food service equipment ecosystem. So this is Specifi Quote. Keep in mind, we do have our e-catalog, which we'll jump into here in a bit, that's integrated with Specifi Quote. Everything also is tied to our PIM, which is Organizer. And we also have a design plugin that works and integrates directly with AutoCAD and Revit and ties back into Specifi Quote. So that's another platform that's available in the ecosystem as well. But for today's purposes, we're going to focus on Specifi Quote. So when I just logged in here, I'm coming to our projects page. This is where you're going to see all the projects that you're working on, have worked on, things that have been accepted, rejected, under review, or still pending. A couple of ways to go ahead and search for a project you're working on, as we do have a global search bar. So you don't need to scroll through pages and pages to find a certain project. You can type in a portion of the name of the project to access that. You can do it by status. So you can look at things that are pending, under review, things that have been accepted, things of that nature. Or you can also do it by timestamp. So you can look at what's been, what you most recently worked on, what you were working on last week, and things of that nature as well. Something else to notate here, we do have an integration with Spec Path. So you'll notice the Add Spec Path project. So here you can access all of your Spec Path projects directly within Specifi Quote. So you can go in and view any of your Spec Path projects and see what's been spec'd, the brands and models, and easily jump back right into Specifi Quote. So we'll go ahead and close this out here. Then you'll notice here on the right-hand side, there's a couple of ways to set up a brand new quote, which we'll do in a few minutes. But for today's purposes, let's jump over to companies and go through just a couple of setup onboarding pieces first. So here under companies, this is where you're going to find all the companies that you work with and that you provide quotes to. Keep in mind, Specifi will upload all of this information for you during the onboarding process. This is something our customer success team handles for you. You do have the ability to upload this yourself, but we can get all your contacts, all the dealers, all of the contact information into Specifi for you. But you do have the option at any time to go in and add a new company. Super simple to do. Just enter the company information and create a new company. And another great thing about Specifi, we are super configurable. So just about any layout that you see is going to be customizable. So here, if I wanted to say switch around the look and feel of things or remove items that I'm seeing on the layout, I can do that. I can even assign different aliases or not. So I'll go in and make a couple of changes here, and I just changed dealer to company and moved company first. So you do have the option to really change the look and feel of what you're viewing. Let's look back here at our general settings. So I just clicked on settings here on the left-hand side. This is where we're going to see the general settings for an entire quoting experience. So a couple of things here. We are an international company. I do have things set here to default to North America. So you'll notice the language is English, but we do support several languages as well as several currencies. But since we're in North America, we do have everything defaulted to North America. This is where you would set up, all of your general quote settings. You can do your cost price formulas, your self price formulas. So if I wanted to put cost price plus markup, discounts, things of that nature, this is what's going to show on the quotes. But keep in mind, this is our general settings for the entire quoting experience, but you do have the ability to go in and make adjustments on the project level or at the manufacturer level or on equipment level as well. So we do give you some granularity there. Also, you'll find your project code formulas and company code formulas here. So you can easily adjust these. This is super important if you're trying to tie things to architectural drawings, as you well know. And we do even give you the ability to create purchase orders directly within Specifi as well. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, you've got some settings here. And again, anything you're seeing here, we can assist with during the onboarding process to get this set up for you. But we do give you the keys to the car to basically go in and make adjustments. Item number formulas as well. So you can adjust the way that items are going to be numbered on your quotes. And that even ties right back in with our design plugins as well. But let's go scroll back up, take a look at a few more of the general settings. Different product types will give you a lot of different options as to what the look and feel of what's going to be shown on a quote. So we even give you color coding here. So if there's special equipment that you're using and you really want that to stand out, you could, have a different color for that, or existing equipment you consistently use. And all of this is super customizable as well. We'll jump into our PO terms. So here we've heard auto quotes does not give you the ability to easily add new purchase order terms or terms of sale. You have to contact customer service over there. With Specifi, you can easily do this yourself on the fly. And again, we can do this for you during the onboarding process, but at any time you could go and set up a new PO term. So if I wanted to say just set up a new term, I could easily do that. And this will be saved here. And we'll just go ahead and save this as well. And the same thing with terms of sale. So I could go in and set up a new terms of sale at any time if I'd like to do that also. So I've got a couple that I'd already created, but say I needed to add a 15-day term. And put a little note in if needed, and we can get this added as well. And I'll show you how this, once you get to the project level, how you can pick and choose which terms and PO terms and even additional services, which you're going to pop into now to your actual quote. So this is where you're going to find additional services. This is things such as maintenance, delivery, installations. We can do this on the quote level or on the product level. And again, this can be a blanket thing for your entire quoting experience for all of your companies. But you do, again, have the ability to make adjustments at the project level as well. But if I needed to add a new quote service, say we needed to add additional free, you can easily do that and not have to contact Specifi. So freight, when you're adding a new service, you could do just a list price, a flat price. You've got different formulas available. Most shipping's done by weight. So let's just go ahead and put in a formula here. So we'll do it by weight and we'll get this saved. And now we'll have this additional service added to our quote, which we'll work on here in a few minutes. Let's jump into supplier management. So this is where you're going to set up your markups and discounts for all the vendors and suppliers that you work with. You can import all of these during the onboarding process. You can add a new supplier at any time as well. Super easy to add a new supplier. Just get their name in here and then add your markups and your discounts. Again, you can import these, bulk import this, or you can have Specifi do this during the onboarding process. And then we do have API services. So we do provide you webhooks if you need to integrate with various ERPs, CRMs, and things of that nature. Then back here to our left-hand side, customer support. One huge advantage of Specifi is you can just pick the phone up and you'll get a customer success person on the phone live. So we do have live support, but also built within the platform. You can email any issues you may be having as well. And then we do also have a user guide built in and some tutorial videos and any new release notes of new features and functionality. But let's go ahead and jump straight into a quote. So I just clicked back on projects. So again, this is where all my active projects that I'm working on would live. So a couple of things up here. I could start a new project, like an in-depth project with lots of different rooms and areas and things of that nature. Or I could just do a quick quotation if I needed to. So for today's demo purposes, let's just do a quick quote. So let's just go ahead and create a name. We'll say this is barbecue test kitchen. And then let's pick our customer. We'll just say my test company. And then as I mentioned earlier, during our general settings, all of our terms of sale, our purchase order terms, our additional services are going to be listed here. So all of this is going to be translated directly over to our quote, but we can easily go in and just decide which terms we want to have applied to this quote, as well as any additional services here. And keep in mind, this can be adjusted once you get to the quote level as well. But let's go ahead and save this. And now we are at our quote configurator. So this is kind of where the magic happens. Lots of functionality up here I'll jump into in just a minute. But let's go ahead and work on getting some products inserted. You can insert areas. So if you needed to say back of house, you could easily do that and get an area inserted. You can decide where you want this located on your quote. Insert products, which we'll do in just a second and pull up our e-catalog, but you can also insert a custom product at any time. So if you have your imagery, your Revit CAD files and rendered imagery, along with all of your product data, you can easily go in and add a custom product at any time. Super simple to do, and something, again, Specifi can assist with. You can even insert products from different quotes. So if you had a special piece of equipment on another quote that you provided to another dealer, you can easily pull that as well. You can have insert subtotals and things of that nature as needed, or if you just need to put a note on the quote, you can easily do that. Let's go ahead and jump into our e-catalog. So I'm going to click Insert Product. All right, so I just pulled out the Specifi e-catalog, which I had referenced earlier. So this is where you're going to find all of your the equipment available to put on our quote. So when I jumped in here, I'm looking at our gallery view. We do have the option, give you the option to see a list view as well. So it's really up to the user what you would like to see. And again, things are configurable and customizable. If I wanted to say have the manufacturer listed ahead of a brand, or if I wanted to call a manufacturer the supplier, I can easily do that. If I want to remove anything from the look and feel, I can do that. So I just switch this to supplier. But let's go back to our gallery view. I like to see pictures and images and go ahead and start building out a quote. So you'll notice here, that's, keep in mind, this is a demo account, but we have 102,000 pieces of equipment. So we need to get this kind of narrowed down. So let's say I know I need to add a oven to our quote. So I have a global search bar here at the top of the interface. So I could just go ahead and type in oven. So now I'm down to 9,200 pieces of equipment. Let's say I know I need an iCombi oven. So we can get a little more granular here. So now I'm down to 622 different ovens. Let's look over here on the left-hand side. You'll see this is where all of our brands and manufacturers live. And there's some other ways to search for equipment here as well. But let's say I know I want to use Rationale. And keep in mind, these are all the manufacturers available to us, but you'll notice there's stars here beside a couple of brands. This is basically favorites. So I could favorite any manufacturer that I want to have listed. So if I consistently quote Alto-Shaam or Rationale, when I log in to quote, these manufacturers will pop up first and front and center. So let's say I want to go ahead and take a look at iCombi ovens from Rationale. So I'll click on that manufacturer. Now I'm just looking at Rationale ovens. So you'll see here now we have 63 ovens. Let's get a little more granular. I mentioned earlier I want to look at iCombi. And let's say I know I don't have gas and I want to do an electric oven. And then let's do a 10 grid. And since I'm left-handed, let's do a left hinge door. So you can see I easily narrowed things down and got this down to the exact piece of equipment I want to add to my quote. So a few things here. I could go ahead and add this to our project as is. I could find similar products. So if I wanted to look at another product and a similar price point, features and functionality, I could do that. Or I could click open and take a look under the hood at this piece of equipment. So here you're going to find all the information you would expect to see about a piece of equipment. Off to the left-hand side, you're going to find all of your imagery. You'll see your Revit files, your CAD drawings, your JPEG imagery, and something specific to Specify. You'll also see our 3D renderings. So this gives you a really nice visualization of what the equipment looks like, and it gets very detailed. You can even see the connections on the back of this oven. And again, this is something that is super specific to Specify. And this ties in nicely with our design plugin. So as you're building out design plans, you'll see 3D imagery right inside of AutoCAD, and everything ties right back to Specifi Quote. So off to the right here, you're going to see all the information you would expect to see. You're going to see your pricing information, general data. You're going to see things such as model numbers, SKU numbers, dimensions. You're going to see your height, width, depth, height, all of that good stuff. All of your accessories are going to be listed here as well. So this oven has lots of different accessories available. So let's go ahead and configure this oven to get this on our quote and add a couple of components here. So let's go ahead and add a condensation hood. And you'll notice as I added this hood to our quote, it actually added this to our 3D rendering as well. So we can really get a look and feel for how this piece of equipment is going to look. And we'll go ahead and add a base. So this is not sitting on the floor. And you'll see again, it added this directly to our 3D rendering. And then let's just get another, let's go ahead and add a fat drain kit as well. And again, that gets added in real time. So if we're feeling good about our piece of equipment, let's just go ahead and scroll down. And so that's all the accessories that we'd like to get added to the piece of equipment. So now we're down to connections. So we're going to go ahead and stick with the 240 volt. This is where you would find options for electrical, your options for cold water, your options for waste. You're going to see all of your descriptions here, your short descriptions, your long descriptions, and any attachments the manufacturer has provided you are going to be available here as well. So you can view those here. You can easily download this as well. And something that's super specific to Specify, nice selling feature and a great sales enablement tool is the way we've configured this piece of equipment, we can actually create dynamic spec sheets on the fly. So you'll notice the spec sheet here has the actual condensation hood, the oven, the base, the fat drain kit, exactly how we configured this piece of equipment. We have the exact electrical and waste. Here are all the components that we've added to this piece of equipment. So there's no need to download or print off spec sheets and use whiteout or circle or highlight pieces of equipment or what the electrical connection is or which accessories are going with the piece of equipment. We create these dynamic spec sheets for you on the fly. You can easily print these or send these directly through Specify. So if we're ready to get this added and feel good about this piece of equipment, let's go ahead and add this to our project. We're going to go ahead and save this PDF as well. You'll see I've added this to our folder. And up here to the left-hand side, you'll notice a couple of things. This is what we call our breadcrumb trail. So this is how we got to this piece of equipment. So we started off with our catalog and then rationale, and then we kind of got more granular. But if I wanted to, say, go back and add a left hinge door, I don't have to go back and start from scratch to get to this piece of equipment. I can just click on that breadcrumb trail and get back to where I was. So if I say I know I needed a right hinge door to add to this as well, I wanted to have them side by side, I could easily do that. So now I'm down to the right hinge door, the electric 10 grid, but I can go ahead and just either add this to the project. I can open it up and reconfigure it. For today's purposes, I'll just go ahead and add this to the project. Let's take a peek back here and you'll notice that these are both added. Let's go ahead and add just a couple of more pieces of equipment. Let's say we'll go with, just for demo purposes today, we'll just add a couple of additional components. So we'll get a display case here. You'll see that that has been added. Well, let's add one more piece of equipment. Let's say let's keep it simple today, we'll just go ahead and add a steamer oven as well. And we'll just do it as is. So here's our all the equipment that is on our quote so far. A couple of things here. You can expand any piece of equipment that you have added to the quote to see how it's been configured. So here's our rational combi oven. Here's the condensation hood, the base, that drain kit. So you basically have the ability to expand or collapse that. Couple other things. We're looking at a simplified view here of what information we're seeing. We give you a couple of options here. You could see a detailed view. So if I wanted to see all of the information provided by the manufacturer, including our markups and discounts, I can easily do that here. This is also super configurable. So if I wanted to remove things, move things around, I can easily do that. If I wanted to remove items, I can do that as well. But we'll go back and do a simplified view. And you can go in and edit equipment at any time. You can save things to a library. The supplier management piece, you can. So the rationale you saw earlier in the general setup that we had the markups and discounts added. I could go in and add markups and discounts here as well. And get this saved and apply this. And a couple of other things, I could do the additional services. We had set those up earlier and under general settings, but you could go in and add additional services here at the quote level as well. And then a couple of other things, we could update any pricing we needed to. And a huge feature is we do have the ability to export quotes. So you can export this to a spreadsheet. You can export it to a JSON if you need to get this into auto quotes. And vice versa, you can import as well. So we do give you the ability to import spreadsheets or JSONs directly into Specifi. Let's go ahead and look at how the quote's actually going to look, and let's get this saved. And then we're going to jump into our layout configurator. So this is where we're actually going to customize the actual quote that we're going to send to our customer. So here you'll notice here's the equipment that we have on our quote so far. It's the iCombi oven, all the accessories, our display case, our steamer oven. And then we give you a couple of options here. So there's different templates available. You can upload your own templates. So let's say I've got a couple of templates already uploaded here. So you can have your templates. This is basically just a Word doc that you can upload into Specifi. So super customizable. You can even do your purchase orders here as well. And you'll see all of your, the manufacturers or suppliers that you've quoted. So if you need to do that. And again, this is customizable. So if you wanted to upload your imagery or any contact information, you can do that. And then you'll notice our spec sheets here as well. So a couple other things that you can do here that's super configurable. You notice this quote is 11 pages. So if I wanted to shorten this, we're looking at a default quote that's got basically all of this information. If I wanted to look at a shortened version, I could go in and create a new template at any time and say, I don't want to see all. I could go in and pick and choose which things I want to show on a quote. So if I didn't want to have long descriptions and have an 11-page quote, I could easily do that here. So give you a lot of functionality of how you want to get quotes and to look and feel. Let's say things look good here. We'll go ahead and get this saved. And then we'll go ahead and we got the ability to go ahead and print our quote. So I could print the quote now. I could print a spec sheet. I could print the spec books. I could print our purchase order if we're going to send that out. I could go ahead and save this. I can save it as a quote. You can save it as a PDF or a Word doc. It's the same with your purchase orders as well. So if I want to go ahead and save a quote, I could easily do that. Or I've got the ability to go ahead and send this. I could send the quote spec sheets and have this emailed over to our customer. So I could just go ahead and send this and just say, hey, here's your quote. And so when I set up this customer, Sean's Test Company, I went ahead and put in the contact info. So I've got all this ready to go. So once I hit send, an email is going to get sent directly to the customer. And they're going to go ahead and get an email in just a minute with a link that's going to take them the ability to open up the quote so they can review it. And once that is done, they can easily go in and accept or reject the quote. You'll see here that the quote has been sent and it has been saved as well. And then if I take a peek here at signatures, you'll see I have a pending quote out there that has been sent. And all of this will show back up under your projects. So if I went back to my projects here, you'll notice I have my barbecue test kitchen here as pending. So this is basically a Specifi Quote, kind of a 50,000 foot view of the platform. Obviously, there's a lot of other features and functionality built in, and we can always hop on a more detailed product demonstration and walk you through on a one-to-one basis if needed. But thank you for your time. Hope this was informative, and look forward to speaking with you soon.